everyone, and welcome back to Food Grown Right. I am Janelle, and I am going to be bringing you everything plant-based. Just bringing knowledge to you and just expanding your horizons and see if this is something that you actually want to get into. I know that I spoke to a few people that have asked me questions on how did I get into it and what foods to really eat. But I am here letting you guys know about the difference between plant-based and vegetarian, and I'll throw a little bit vegan in there as well. So let's go ahead and get right into it. I want to start out with saying that I love being plant-based. I think I talked to you guys about this before, but I love being plant-based. I love that it's not a diet, and I don't see it as a diet because I'm not on a diet. I didn't get in eating healthy, eating better to lose weight. I've been skinny all of my life. I've been an athlete my entire life, so therefore I never had the go through that experience of needing to lose weight. So that has never really been anything that I needed to worry about. But I will say that I wanted to eat healthy. I've always wanted to, I'm an Aries, so therefore I love adventure. I love to try new things, and every time I see something, it always piques my interest, and I'm just like, oh, I want to try that. And so that being plant-based, that was actually something that really piqued my interest. I really honestly feel like God actually navigated me towards going plant-based because as I said in my previous video, and so that's exactly what I did, and I haven't looked back since, and I love it. I learned so much about it each and every day. I learned so many new and amazing recipes, and trying to figure out, get outside of the box, figure out what else I can cook. And yes, it has put me in the kitchen more often than I ever expected to be in the kitchen, but I enjoy it because I'm not only learning recipes and continue to eat the same things, but I'm also learning how to go, shy away or get away from the recipes and go ahead and make my own things. Plant-based means that you are actually getting rid of all meats. And the plant-based is more lenient than if you were vegetarian or vegan. With plant-based, you do have the option if you want to go ahead and continue eating meat, but they say don't eat too much, especially if you're trying to dial back with maybe however your family is, your family DNA, the structure of your history. If you're trying to dial that back and not continue that cycle, then that's something that you may want to just lay off, either completely or just more than normal. And you want to make sure that you definitely get your veggies and your fruits in there, because that's really what it is. Plant-based is literally plants. Like, you're eating everything that comes from a plant, everything that comes from a stalk, okay? You're eating it. But plant-based also reduces the use of meds. These are the good things that comes with it. But I definitely want to let you guys know to check out, if you have Netflix, go ahead and check out Forks Over Knives and What the Health, because they are amazing and they truly open up my mind even more to a better understanding of what I was really getting myself into by becoming plant-based. So it reduces the use of meds, it reduces the likelihood of diseases occurring. So like I said, if you have a history of different illnesses in your family, then you taking making a turn on that and making a difference in your life, starting with you, then from going down that cycle of getting diabetes or having heart disease or cancer, things like that, then you can reduce it. So yeah, definitely be able to do that. You also have where you are able to receive vitamins such as vitamin C and vitamin D. You have potassium. You have fiber. You have different things that these veggies and fruits really bring out. And like I also said as well, is that even though you are plant-based or you have changed or thinking about changing your diet completely, don't forget to still eat your vitamins. It is so important that that is actually still a part of your day. I was in a store for about 3 hours because I was actually trying to look at every single ingredient on everything that I picked up to make sure that it was something that I was able to read, something that I was able to understand, something that I was familiar with. So that is really a big part of being able to eat plant-based. Is not just you eating the grains and fruits and vegetables and things of that nature, but being able to take this opportunity to make sure that you're doing it correctly by looking at the ingredients. And this is what I tell other people: make sure that you look at the ingredients and see what it says, and go ahead and, well, on here it has glucose syrup, it has sugar, water, pectin, citric acid, color added, natural flavors, sodium citrate, coconut oil, carnauba wax. So I'm able to say all those, I'm able to understand them. And a lot of them I'm able to, like, you know that they're natural, right? You know that you have sugar, water, you have citric acid, you have coconut oil. Those are all good ones. And then you have of course, the ones to make them actual vitamins. So, but you want to look at ingredients on the back of everything to make sure that you know what's in your food. That is, like, you don't want to eat processed foods. You put that to the side and you take this opportunity to go ahead. If it does take you 3 hours, now I'm so used to going in and knowing exactly what I want, knowing exactly what is good and what is not good, that it literally only, I mean, it all depends on how much stuff I get, but it can take me like, what, I would say 15 minutes or whatever in the store. But like I said, it all depends on how much I get. So if I get a lot of stuff, then it'll take me about an hour, you know, at the most, because I know what I'm looking for. I know all of the different types of foods now, and it takes not that long, actually. If this is something that you're really focused on and you really want to change, then it won't take you long. It actually took me probably about, like, I would say 2 months to really just understand what I was looking for, and being able to not even necessarily having to read the label or reading the ingredients, because by just looking at it, I automatically knew, like, oh, this is good. But you do have to be careful and still look at the label, still read the ingredients, because just because they say vegan, just because they say non-GMO, just because they say so many other things, right, that they say organic or what have you, does not necessarily mean that is completely organic. They may still have some things in there that you don't want to put in your body. That's still part of the process, you know, it had to go through that process stage in order to have a longer shelf life, or whatever the situation may be. So definitely make sure that you look at the ingredients. You have to also know and understand that for both of them, vegetarian and plant-based, and all the other ones, that you have to look at it as a lifestyle. You have to change your mindset. In plant-based, you can also help the environment, right? You're reducing the land of factory farming. So you're basically, you know, putting them out of business. Now you're making sure that your crops, or you know, your grain or your fruits and vegetables are grown naturally, are fresh, are, you know, reliable from, you know, places that you that you usually go to, like in your town, in your state, that they're locally grown. So that's really what you're looking for. Um, and I also want to say that with vegan, um, they don't eat honey. I eat honey. I love honey. Vegan is literally like where you don't eat any meat at all. You don't wear meat, none of that. Look, I still eat my cheese because I heard that vegan cheese is not the best cheese by multiple people. So I'm just like, no, that's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and continue to eat my cheese. So yeah, I still eat my cheese. And I also, I love honey. If I could, I'd put honey on everything. So yeah, I do love my honey. Those are the two things that I still eat. But everything else has changed completely. So with vegetarian, you are getting rid of everything except dairy products and eggs. So that's something that you need to know as well. So what they talked about, I believe it was in Forks Over Knives, if I'm not mistaken, one of them, and they were saying that for so long, basically, that we were told that milk gives you strong bones, that you need that calcium, and you get your calcium from milk. And if you eat meat, then you'll be stronger, that you will have more strength, and if you're running, you'll be able to go faster and farther, and all these different things, all these different myths, right? Come to find out, all of that we were told long time ago. And by the way, there are actual doctors on here, okay, that talk about, the difference between eating plant-based and eating regular food, and how it is affecting your body completely. And but anyway, they just basically said that those are just myths. That doesn't make sense. That's not true. So just make sure that, like, don't go by like what you've been taught or what you've been doing when you were younger, but go ahead and rewrite your story and make it about what is best and right for you. I've had people ask me, how is it being plant-based? I'm thinking about transitioning, and I want to tell you right now that you don't necessarily have to transition to plant-based. I'm plant-based, and that's what I'm going to be talking about on this show, or on YouTube, on my channel. But at the same time, I don't want to necessarily let you know that that's the only way to go. I'm not going to drill it in your head like you need to do this and that's the best way to go, and no other way is good. I'm not going to do that. If you want to go vegan, if you want to go vegetarian, if you want to go paleo, if you want to go keto, if you want to go sucatarian, whatever you want to do, it's completely up to you what you want to do and what's best and right for your body. Everybody's body is different. I had to go plant-based because my body was completely changing and it didn't accept the meats anymore. So therefore I had to change. And I am truly grateful, and I feel so much better. I have more energy, and I feel so much better. I'm doing so much better. I've lost more weight than I expected. And now my family is turning around, especially my mom. She's turning around slowly but surely. But I just wanted to let you guys know that and help you to understand that. Create your own path with what you want to do, but make sure that you take step-by-step process. Don't just go right into something full on, because you ain't gonna come out good. But just take your time. Take the time, see how you like it, eat things here and there, and continue to improve, continue to, transition slowly but surely into where you want to go and how you want to eat better and healthier. So that's it for today, and I will talk to you guys very soon. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in, and yeah.